is it still possible to get Master 1 with Tearlaments in Master Duel? So last season we had a new pack with a huge Manadium update, and also the super heavy samurai stuff came out. So it was definitely a droll format, and I struggled a lot with it. I waited until I think the 10th or something like this. Then the new cards came out, and I was at like Master 5 with it. And I wanted to challenge myself and find a deck which I can climb to Master 1. So Manadium went really well, but I always struggled at Master 2. And I climbed up and got back down. And yeah, so this is my current Tearlaments list, which I made it really easily in the end to get Master 1. And I want to share some my thought process about this deck and why I play certain cards at certain ratios. And overall, I feel like this deck, I think I got with 4 games in a row with a win streak at the end. So I will definitely climb also on the next season with this deck for sure. And then maybe if the Diabellstar Rescue S stuff come out, I will probably change decks or something. But I just think I also learned a lot about Tearlaments this season, so it was really nice, and I want to share my thought process with you. So overall, like I don't include Droll in this deck because I think just Maxi, of course you have to play Maxi, and Ash is also really good against Branded and Labyrinth, and this is like you have to, are your most difficult matchups in my opinion, like Labyrinth and Branded, especially Branded, and I think Ash is just the overall powerful card. And then the other card is Super Polymerization. It's a really strong card, and you want to see it. This is why we also play the Pot of Prosperity. If you don't see it, we can still have like a 4th copy of whatever we need, but it's often just the Super Polymerization, and we can break the super heavy samurai boards with it really easily. If we go into Dragon Knight Draco Equist, we can break boards really nicely. Or also, like if we play a lot of Math Mech, we have the Earth Golem, which is also like almost the instant win against Math Mech. So Super Polymerization, such a powerful card. And also sometimes if you maxi some decks, for example Super Heavy Samurai, they end on Baguska. So this is, we play a couple of outs actually to Baguska. Noticeable is of course the Forbidden Droplet. And yeah, also a really nice way is to make 2 level 4s and then go into the Crooked Cook. So this is unaffected, so it doesn't, the Baguska doesn't affect it. And then you can overlay into Zeus and board wipe the field. Or also just try to get Pearl Rhino going and pop it with the Pearl Rhino. And these are some outs to Baguska. And as well, super handy here, the Pot of Prosperity, always a good card. You can dig for 3 or 6, just depending on how you feel. I think I prefer 3, so you still have a lot of more extra deck spots. But sometimes you can also go for 6, for example. You have also, maybe you don't need the Earth Golem, the Dragon Knight, Draco Equist sometimes doesn't come off. You can banish the Zodiacs, so you also have a lot of spots that you can get rid of with the pot. And overall, a really base card I really liked was Card Destruction. So basically, Card Destruction is always almost an auto win in this deck, because you can trigger all your cards, and often we have Trivikama in hand, which is in my opinion the game-winning card. So if you mill Trivikama, you basically get access to Pearl Rhino, and Pearl Rhino basically carries this whole deck. And yeah, So we can easily get rid of our Trivikama with our droplets in hand, with the super polymerization, with the card destruction. And before I was playing 2 Snow, but I think Snow is just either you cut it completely or you just play one. Sometimes it's a good mill for the grind games against certain decks. But you want to mill, you want to just get the Trivikama engrave, and it's really easy to. I think it's the correct way to play it at 3 right now in the moment, and you can also just foolish burial goods it, card destruction it, or either also maybe with the pot you can also go for these kind of cards. And if you're on turn 2, you can also super polymerization with a lot of benefits. On turn 1 you can also do it, but with a little bit less benefit, or also even forbidden droplet or Tearlaments half beat it. And yeah, also I think Supreme Seamare is a must at 3, so it fulfills so many positions for your deck. It's basically a starter, it's a good mill because it's Aqua, it's level 4, it's a great card overall. And of course, like 3 Rhino Heart. I also like Foolish Burial because it can play under Duel, and also Tearlaments Grief can also play under Duel really well. You have to have your Scream, of course, and then I just cutted the other one, like the what's the name, the Tearlaments Crime. I think this is a win more card, and I think you're really good with just Saliak and Meta Noise. So Crime is more like you already got your engine going and just a win more, and I don't feel like you need it. And yeah, so also some things you want to keep in mind. Super polymerization, if you want to use it to the highest extent, you often go into Mud Dragon and then just Mud Dragon with another level 4. For example, if you play against Super Heavy Samurai and he has some kind of crazy end board, either you can go into Dragon Knight Reiko Crisp, break it like this, or sometimes you also want to go like maybe Baguska and Regulus, he has something like this, and you can go just Mud Dragon. So Mud Dragon sometimes comes off, and I want you to remember the line Mud Dragon plus another level 4 is just instant Zodiac access. So you can go into Chakanine, overlay into Dryden, pop 1, maybe the Regulus, and then go for a direct attack, and then overlay into Big Zeus. You wipe one more time and have one more wipe for the opponent's turn. It's a really powerful play, and you have to know about it if you want to use this super polymerization to the fullest extent. Other than that, I think also one nice card, you can either play the Marincess Coral Anemone. So if you have like the Tearkosh on board, and then you can either go with Tearkosh plus Rhino Heart, and you maybe mill the Seamare. You can activate Seamare from grave, or vice versa, Tearkosh plus Seamare. If it's got Impound or something like this, and you have the Rhino Heart in grave, you can sometimes make more plays with it. You can maybe replace this card with Dweller. I don't have Dweller right now, but it's definitely a good card to consider maybe instead of the Marincess Coral Anemone. And yeah, overall, a really powerful deck, and I will show you now some replays, how some games were actually going. Alright, we are now on our first replay against Labyrinth, and we just start with the Foolish Burial Goods into Trivikama. We go for the Pedorino here, and this is just a really optimal start here. Go for the Rhino Heart, overlay into Kid Colors, mill some cards here, and I want to keep the Rhino Heart on field so that I can maybe later go into the Redoer or Dweller, also possible, Tearkosh. I like to always go for the Tearkosh slime if I already activated Rhino. I think it's often the best possibility, and we also milled a second Trivikama, which you can also use on our opponent's turn to search another card or maybe a discard for Rhino Heart. So I think Tribikama is just a really underrated card, and I would play it at 3 every time in Master Duel, because you already have one Pearl Rhino. So this is like the dream end board, which typically you can acquire most of the time, like I think 80% if you go first. You play a lot of extenders, you can go easily into kit colors. Here I did even play the crime, but you don't really need it. You can just play one more extender and you have more kit colors access, but here I used to play it and then later decided to cut it to have more consistent kit colors plays. I think it's really important. And here you can see I'm already winning, and this, for example, would now be Celiac, but we are really good on our end board with also Snow and Grave, Tribikama to search one more card. We have the Maxi in hand, and even without the Maxi, this would be often more to win, more than enough to win. So he's now super poling us, but it also gonna activate our trigger effect. So super polymerization, such a strong card, but we also get to trigger our effects, which is great. So he's calling Dark to get protected. We milled 2 cards, not the best. So he goes area, get the lady, set 1. So this is definitely a welcome lap. And I feel here it's correct to crime. And we know he has the lady in hand. Activate crime. He's now gonna activate the lady, but we have even Rukolos here. And we can just, I think, the Rhino Heart or Shiren, and we can instantly fuse here, pop one more card. This is why Pearl Rhino is such a powerful card in this deck. We not only negate the fusions, we not only negate stuff with Rukolos. Often you just bring the Rhino in grave and then you can pop a card because you bring back the Rhino and dump a fusion, and yeah, just an overall really strong end board to beat. Alright, this time I think we play under Duel, and in general Tearlaments is a really powerful deck even under Duel and Maxi, and I think that's why it's one of the strongest deck and was one of the strongest decks, and it's still great format for Tearlaments with the new Bissell limitation, fire format coming up, and yeah, such a powerful deck. And I really enjoy it. I think it's in a good spot right now. It's definitely beatable, and it also takes a lot of skill. So yeah, here we get rolled. So we want to bring back the Rhino. This is a really nice line to bring back the Rhino if you haven't triggered it yet. And we have our safe Ukalos here. And wait, cat is here. Maybe she wants to watch some video. Let's see. Okay, but now we can overlay into Redoer, and we have our second fusion here. Okay, set the super polymerization, and we are definitely in a good spot here. And also, I want to make sure that we have the Snow engrave. So I think if you got rolled and have Snow engrave, you're still in a decent spot. And this is why I think Fairy Tail Snow is a really good card to play just better under draw. But here we still have the fusion. We can activate the Snow, and Snow is just an insane card. And you have so many access with the Foolish Burial. You can just put it to grave. It's a level 4 extender, and yeah, so we bring his card face down, and it's Snow when sometimes you gain on its own. It's an amazing card. Okay guys, and this was my rank up game for the Master 1, and it's against Stun, so it's always nice to clap some Stun decks. And yes, he's starting really powerful actually with the Fossil Diner, with the Kashtira, and one set card. So definitely a threatening end board. But this is why we have access to Rhino. It's great always. And we also have the droplet. And yeah, so here we get ashed, which is unfortunate, but sometimes happens. And now we can go into Supreme Simia and chain the droplet here. So he can't go into Castera, and we negating his 2 cards. So now we can go into Kit Colors. And he, yeah, we go into Kit Colors here, search for a card, and we go for Tier Cache. And he's gonna chain the Crackdown to get control of our Kit Colors, which is such a powerful play in this position. But we activate Chiron, and we got 5 more mills. So we hit the Meta Noise, can bring back the Tier Cache, and yeah, we can bring back the Tier Cache. Also mill 2, we milled the Saliak. Saliak's gonna bring us our Halfness, and now we can go into Tier Cache and mill 3 more cards here, and we milled the Rhino Heart. And this is why important, sometimes you just want to add a good fusion summon in your hand, or in this case it doesn't matter because we could go also into Redoer. And yeah, we bring back the Soliac from the Grief and have potential level 4 plays here. And yeah, this is just enough. So also Droplet, a really powerful card against stun. Yeah, guys, overall overall I'm really big fan of this deck, and I'm also really passionate about. So let me know if you have any questions about this deck, or play it maybe in a different way. Let me know your thoughts down below. And overall, I think this deck is super cool to play right now. It's in a really fair spot without the Ishizu cards. And yeah, and I also think not so much people are right now having triple Trivikama on their radar, but I think it's really underrated card. And yeah, super powerful cards, I love it. And yeah, I hope you like this deck review. And yeah, see you in the next one.